Hello again, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is our last session. If there's anyone new, I want to introduce myself. My name is Maria Gutierrez. I'm the Associate Director of Career and Professional Success here at Dominican University. And I'll let Kelly introduce herself.
I thought that's where you're going with it. And I'm Kelly Wojciechowski. I am the Director of Career and Professional Success here at Dominican University.
So today we're going to go ahead and, Kelly, you're putting the PowerPoint, correct? Yes, wonderful. Okay, so today we're going to talk to everyone a little bit about the resources that we provide here at Dominican for our students. And they are for all of our students, doesn't matter regardless of immigration status.
Hang on, there we go. Okay, so we do have a number of resources available, as Maria said, for all students across campus, even for alumni after they've graduated. So we really work with students starting with their freshman orientation before they even start classes, all the way through. We've put as many of our resources, many of which we're going to talk about today, on our website, which is careers.dom.edu, just to make it really easy for students to access, especially with students being remote for COVID. We want to make sure that they do have that information. We have a 4-year plan that kind of walks through what students should do each year. When we talk about students getting involved as soon as they get here, sometimes they don't know what that means. So really having a roadmap for students, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, to know what are some of the opportunities to get involved with career and professional success.
Yes, and we want to make sure that students know that, not just at Dominican, but like at any institution that they go to, whether, it's a community college or, a 4-year institution, career development or career and professional success, career services, what it may be called at other institutions, is really for everyone, right? Like we are here to guide you throughout your 4 years. Like we are here to provide resources. And so just know that this is a department that all students could use, especially also our undocumented students, because I think like one of the things that we hear sometimes is that undocumented students feel that, well, it's the career place, like that's not a place I could go because I'm undocumented. Absolutely not. This is a place you can absolutely come, and we are going to provide you just the same amount of resources for you as well. So again, we want to make sure that we begin with our 4-year plan. So we start looking at, just getting involved on campus. What do internship opportunities look like for students? Whether you're documented, a citizen, a resident, or undocumented, we help you through that process. Thinking about the mock interviews, it's something also you could take advantage of. We have different experiential learning opportunities, which we will talk about shortly as well. So yes, always know that this is a department that is also for you.
And we've tried to be very intentional about making some of the resources specifically for our undocumented students and DACA students on the front page of our website. So students know right away that we are a safe place, we are a resource for all students. So one of the resources that we have on our site is our undocumented student career guide. I'm going to actually, Maria, you worked on that. I'm going to let you talk a little bit about this.
Absolutely. So we want to make sure that our undocumented students know what are the resources that are also available for them. So, we have our internship, we have, we teach students how can they gain some volunteer opportunities, the importance of being in leadership roles, right? As well as networking. We have networking events as well. So on this guide, pretty much, again, it's really just to let them know these resources are also for you, and just really laying it out for the students so that they could feel welcome and included in our department.
And I think one of the first things we lead with on this guide is the internship program. So students at Dominican can get academic credit up to 8 credit hours. That's transcripted and graded just like any other class. That is open for all students. And we do really reinforce that with students to know that that is an inclusive opportunity, that internships are available to all students.
And with that internship part, we also recently last semester, created a SharePoint for our students that are here at Dominican, where we let our students know exactly what opportunities are available that are inclusive, right? So we've already built partnerships with different companies and organizations. I could give you an example. We have a great partnership, a great volunteer and internship partnership with Rush, where the student is only applying. The student does not ever have to disclose if they are documented, if they are undocumented. And so, the student is applying, they receive this opportunity, and they go ahead and are able to do this as an internship. So we do have created a SharePoint where we have all of these opportunities for students so that they also feel safe, and they don't always have to disclose to both Kelly and myself, like, hey, I'm undocumented, if they don't feel comfortable. So we want to also be very transparent with the students. So we did this SharePoint for them. With that, we also have a great scholarship. It is called our Excel Scholarship. So most of those opportunities that are going to be for our undocumented students are more likely going to be not paid. But we have this Excel Scholarship that will help offset some of that cost. So students could apply for Excel Scholarship the semester that they are thinking of doing the internship or volunteer opportunity or experiential learning opportunity. And so what happens is that once they apply, they could say, like, I'm doing this opportunity, is not paid for, I may have to cut back on some hours at my current, work, or I may not be able to work at all because I'm taking on this, opportunity. Can I get funded? And students could get up to $2,000 in funding, and they get it the semester that they are doing the experience. So that's also another great way to get some funding. And so and it doesn't matter if students undocumented, they will be eligible for that scholarship.
And then one of the resources that we did in collaboration with the Rebecca Crown Library is to create this LibGuide. And this is resources for DACA and undocumented students. It's got not just career resources, but additional resources as well.
Yes. So with our UIA club here on campus, we partnered with them and the library to create this resource guide. It is available for everybody. So, you could go to the Dominican Library and then you can search for the LibGuide. It really talks about the different ways that you could be an ally on campus, different, opportunities within career professional success that are available. Also talks about UIA, our Undocumented and Immigrant Alliance organization. How can you become involved? Any current any scholarships as well. What else is on there? I'm trying to think. Any scholarships we also post on there, and we keep it as updated. So, any information I get that may be a great resource, I just go ahead and pass it along to library, and they make it look beautiful on the LibGuide. So it's always constantly getting updated. And again, these are really resources for Dominican and students outside of Dominican. And, these are also public for everyone to check out.
Yeah, and one of the things that we'll do is, I know so many of our presenters today provided additional resources, organizations, websites. We will take a look at all of those resources as well and see what should be incorporated into the LibGuide, because I know we learned a lot today and have many new resources that we'll be able to include in the LibGuide. Okay, so this is one of our newest initiatives. This is non-employment based opportunities, as we affectionately call them, NEBOs. And that is for their opportunities for students regardless of any work authorization. So it's not a campus job, it's not employment, it's really more of a learning, more similar to maybe an undergraduate research type of position.
Yes, so with these projects, so they're project-based opportunities that students receive a stipend once they have completed their project. Now, it's really, it's definitely a different approach than internships, right? Because it's centered around mentorship. You know, it's really the student leading this project. Again, this is our second semester that we are doing non-employment based or NEBOs on campus. They have been very successful. Students we don't need to know if the student, you know, is documented or undocumented. Again, you know, we don't take in account any immigration status. The student really leads the project. They receive a mentor in the project that they are interested in. We have a session before the student starts to help them define their project. So we have a design thinking workshop that we do with the student. And so this helps the student identify their project. Once they have identified it, both Kelly and myself are doing, you know, the work of connecting them to a staff or a faculty member to mentor them throughout the semester. The student, you know, works closely with that mentor to really be able to bring their project to life. They do a little bit of research. You know, they're building on their interpersonal skills. They're developing their soft and hard skills as well through their project. They do get to present their project at the end of their project. They get to present whether it's, you know, to a classroom, to an actual like conference. We have a couple of students this semester that are going to be presenting in our ERC conference. It also helps us for those students that are looking for research opportunities, but as we all know, a lot of the research opportunities are federally funded. So that really creates an obstacle for the student. So this will help the student be able to, you know, lead their research, do a research opportunity, and be able to be provided with a stipend. Anything I might have missed, Kelly?
No, I'll just mention that one of the things that we were surprised and definitely delighted and excited for was how the campus has really embraced the idea of NEBOs. We've had several departments that instead of creating, you know, a one-off NEBO for one student, they've completely overhauled some of their programs to create inclusive opportunities. We've had over 40 for the year so far. I think we expected when we first started offering NEBOs, we thought maybe we'd have 4 or 5, you know, that was going to be our pilot. And in just the short 2 semesters, we've had over 40. And the feedback we've had on campus from faculty, from sponsoring departments has been really positive about the experience.
We also have a partnership with Parker Dewey. So students are able to do what it's called a micro internship. So it's a short-term paid assignment that students can participate in. So oftentimes the question is, wait a minute, how can undocumented students participate in a paid professional assignment? Well, the way that Parker Dewey works is that the student is actually an independent contractor. So they use their ITIN to be able to be an independent contractor. So it doesn't matter, again, you know, regardless of TPS or DACA, you know, you are able to be part of these micro internships. I will say for if there are any professional staff or higher education staff members here that are not from Dominican, I will say that these, even if you don't have a partnership with Parker Dewey, students are still eligible to go on their website and participate in these opportunities. They just have to create a login and so on. However, we do have a partnership, so students use a different type of login, a different way to log in. But you know, this is really available for, you know, students, recent graduates, alums to make, some cash. So some of the opportunities that are on here would be like, I'm going to give you my data. I need you to put it in a spreadsheet, and make it look really nice and fancy, right? Or I need you to create some content for me for my social media. So that's kind of the reason why they're called micro internships, because they're short term. I would say probably the longest I've seen as I've scrolled through to see what opportunities they have is anywhere from like 8 weeks is probably the longest opportunity I've seen. So again, these are great way for our undocumented students, alumni, to make additional cash. And it is, through independent contracting. So, they will get a tax form at the end. Again, I will say from like the tax class session that I took, make sure that you are saving 15 to 20% of that money so that, because it will be collected in taxes. But again, this is also a great opportunity, and we have all of this on our website. Oh, that was quick, Kelly.
That was quick, I guess. So let's open it up to any questions that you all may have for us. So what I'll do, Maria, let me just go to our website in live time so
yes,
people can see. So careers, scroll past this picture of me. We have our resources. So I showed you the career planning resources. We've got some great career exploration. We do have the non-employment based opportunities, full description, as well as the application, links for the micro internships, undocumented student career guide. So again, we really try to have as much as possible just on our main page, so students have access to these resources.
no questions. I feel like I was so excited to get questions.
So if you do think of questions, our email is careers@dom.edu. You can reach out to me, you can reach out to Maria. We're more than happy to provide additional information about anything that we've covered today, or if you need to be connected to any of our presenters and didn't get their email, let us know. And again, as Maria said before, these sessions are recorded, and so we will make these recordings available to you as well.
Yes, and I want to just say again, I think I've said it every session, but I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today, either throughout the day or just for this specific session.